one. Hey guys,
God damn it.
And KBMOD podcast, episode 143, 113.
Special
guest, G-Unit 123.
October 13th, 2013.
Wait, is it really the 13th with 113?
Yep.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
The nicest.
All right, I'm your host, and Feezy. Let's talk about things that we played this week. We have AllshamNowow, Mark.
Hi.
I'm a good host. Okay, you're gonna go first. Tell us about things that you played, video game stuff.
Or anything, anything.
Ruin the
really.
podcast.
If you killed a man this week, go over it. Like whatever you gotta talk about, man.
Well, I have mostly played Counter-Strike Go and The Last of Us. I've been trying to get into Counter-Strike. I've put 8 hours in this past week or so, trying to get better at aiming so I can play competitive. It's kind of the game that I want to get into.
What a fucking frustrating
And I bought a PS3 earlier this month or last month. Yeah, last month. So I've been playing The Last of Us.
Oh, you're gonna add me on PSN? Just kidding. I've never played a game with somebody else on PSN.
I'm not. I don't have any plans to do that. I'm just going through and playing some exclusives. And The Last of Us was the first one that I bought.
Oh, nice.
And I'm at the point where Ellie gets captured by David. So I'm
Please
almost at the
talk about spoilers.
Spoiler.
I'm almost at the end of the game, which
Are
I've
you-
already seen the game beaten anyway.
Did Walt kill Jesse yet?
Did he?
No,
But,
Walt got the golden snitch, dude.
Slight spoilers for anyone that's listening. All I'm gonna say about that is,
Oh, it doesn't even matter.
okay, it kind of does matter.
It
does,
Hagrid
because if
dies.
we start dropping spoilers
Slight
for like the
spoilers,
most popular
but
TV
not
show
really.
of all
That's
time,
not like
people
a
are gonna stop.
No, I'm
listening.
talking about The Last of Us, that thing that
In
I
The
saw
Last of Us,
really doesn't matter.
I kind of care, but I don't know who Dave is, so I don't.
Winter is my favorite section of that game.
Yeah, it's actually very fun. I just
Probably
like
my favorite one.
I like the environment when it's in winter. It's really nice. But
It also
gotta
has
finish
the
that
most
game.
dark themes of all seasons.
Other than that, I have been playing Gary's Mod and GTA Online. Quite a few games. I've just finished playing Velvet Assassin for a stream, which is a really shitty stealth game.
Yeah, game's
that
not good at all.
Doesn't really involve much
Why
stealth
did
at
you
all.
do that?
The enemies do not see you from like 10 feet away while they're directly looking at you. And you take morphine in order to be able to walk up to somebody and kill them with that, like face to face. And when you activate the morphine mode, you are only wearing a skin tight white dress that's very short and you've got blood on you.
You take morphine?
Yeah.
What?
You go
That doesn't make any sense.
You go into morphine mode, which is
Hey
you
guys,
taking
let's
morphine.
take some morphine so we can kill people.
Did you
Okay.
need to take the edge off? Is that what you're saying?
Not
And then
edgy
you
enough.
go into some kind of trance where you're not wearing much clothing and you just stab somebody and then that's it. I mean,
Sounds
there's
like a
really nothing
Tuesday
else.
for me, pretty much.
There's a lot of collectibles though. I picked up a harmonica. That was really important. I got a lot of experience for it.
Bass
such a great
harmonica. Dude, I was so mad at CS:GO. I can't.
Please tell me, Dan,
Can't.
why are you angry?
I just can't. I can't
It's
hit
fucking
a friggin'
rage-inducing. That's the point of
broadside
Counter-Strike.
of a barn in that game.
I'm actually getting
all.
just play a lot of deathmatch and you'll finally learn
Yes, you
how
will.
the guns work.
Are you still playing
feel
on the
like going through
shit
stuff.
servers where the hit detection makes no goddamn sense?
That's
Or
why
are
you
actually
play
going
on
out of your way to find-
128 tick servers.
I mean,
Yeah,
I've never specifically looked for 128 tick. I just go through the basic,
Yeah.
play and then just choose deathmatch. I really don't care. I usually get a server that's West Coast. I have like 50 ping, and that's fine. I'm just using random weapons. I'm just trying to learn how they all work by playing deathmatch. I don't really care.
I like when my aim is perfect and I splatter a guy's blood all against the wall. Like there's
And it did
literally
like
just
4 damage.
just all this blood like completely painting the wall behind him, and then he turns around and kills me, and then I've done 0 damage to him.
My
The
favorite
game can't make up its mind on whether or not I hit the guy.
because in
awful.
deathmatch you have that invulnerability state. So sometimes you'll spawn right next to somebody and you just line up a headshot while you're still invulnerable and wait for them to stop moving, and then you just pop them right in the head with an AK, and it's so good.
Yeah, that's why you don't spawn camp. But yeah, we got a new sub, by the way, in chat. We have a new sub, NP Joe.
Spam the
Joe,
faces.
thank you for the sub, sir.
Spamming-
Welcome to the
spamming.
bro pile.
Welcome.
Just because it's
Yeah,
bro
yeah.
pile.
CS:GO, CS:GO on anything but a 128 tick server, fucking or one. What is it?
I haven't tried that. So
128 tick.
I need to feel the love of the 100.
Is competitive? What's competitive? Is competitive matchmaking?
Competitive. If you play matchmaking,
This
it
is
is 64 tick. From like the top players, they went to Valve, and apparently like more than I think 80% of people who play Counter-Strike get less than 30 FPS, which is insane to me. And 128 tick apparently would be detrimental to them. I don't understand why, but it's bullshit.
Wait.
I mean, when I play
How?
Counter-Strike, all of my settings are down. I need to go into the config and like even further down stuff because you don't need to care about the graphics in a game like that. It's about
you don't.
getting the frames and just having the performance up there. Because all you need to see, is the enemy player's model and shoot him in the face. You don't need to ogle the graphics.
True.
So everything's on low on there, and I get around, I would say between 100 and 120, but it depends. Sometimes it drops into the 90s, but it's pretty steady.
300.
I can't even
Chezz.
imagine
Jesus.
getting less than 30.
I
in a
get
Valve
300, and mine's capped at 300.
Like,
Oh,
how do you? I
hand
don't
in the
understand how
pants.
you get lower than 30 in a Source game. They're so optimized.
Yep.
Well,
It's
you gotta
ridiculous.
think about the world though. There's a lot of shitty countries that players still play.
think
on
about
fucking
shitty-
computers.
yourself.
Chezz just shitting on all foreigners. You hear to hear.
There's
Your
people who play on
computer sucks
potatoes. There are countries where they only have potatoes to play on.
That's at
That's
Cheddar
actually
Chezz
true.
on Twitter if you're from a foreign country and you want to spout
Yep,
some hate.
yeah.
Other than that, I
don't
tried.
think-
I tried the War of the Vikings early access, which is the successor to War of the Roses, and it's pretty okay for an early access game. I know a lot of people had complaints about War of the Roses. I heard that there was a glitch that if you got a perfect hit, it would crash your game, and then the fact that they had horses was kind of stupid from what I saw. The horses didn't really work out that well, but there's no horses in this game. Perfect hits don't crash you. It seems pretty solid, although. I mean, when it comes to melee combat, I like Chivalry because it's first person and decapitations are a lot more frequent, so it's a lot bloodier and it's a lot more fun for something that's medieval and has melee combat like that. But War of the Vikings is a very fun game. I've had a lot of fun with it. It's pretty okay if you want to drop $20 on it right now.
$20 bone.
Don't tell me to stop talking, Nick.
Wow.
All right, you asked me what I was.
I'm the one that
I
brought
told-
you into this world. I'll fucking take you out of it. Okay. In terms
you
of
really?
podcast topics. Is
What?
that all you've been playing?
Yeah, that's it for me.
All right.
All right, Chezz, tell us about how you've been playing Counter-Strike Global
You don't
Offensive.
know that. What if I played a bunch of COD? You don't know
CS
that.
go away.
I played.
I made that joke like a
ton of-
million times
Wow.
on Twitter. I'm gonna make it again.
Yes, this is why I don't ever come on the cast because all I played was CS:GO and I'm not a real gamer.
However, we did play some
we
Black
did
Ops
play.
1.
Yes, Black Ops 1.
Black
We
Ops
played a little
1.
Black Ops
Wow.
2.
I missed.
Black Ops 1. It's just I don't know how it plays worse than Black Ops 2 for me, but
When like Modern Warfare 3 was out and stuff like that, like Black
Shitty
Ops
game.
2 felt good. It felt okay.
I
But now,
like Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2 runs really well.
It does.
Black Ops 2 was a fresh breath of air compared to Modern Warfare 3. It was surprisingly competent. I just don't think it had the lasting
Everything-
power.
everything
Still
wasn't-
Call of Duty.
Everything
And then
wasn't
you go-
green. That
You go
was
back
cool.
and you play Black Ops 1 and you're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, this game like kind of looks like garbage.
Yeah.
That game
Not
did
that, not
look
that like
fairly
it's
bad.
it's just like the art
No,
design
it looks
was not
pretty
very
bad.
good.
It looks
Yeah,
pretty
it wasn't.
bad.
It wasn't even an execution thing. I think it was a base design.
At least
problem.
there was
did-
no tint.
Everything looked
there
like
was no
assholes.
tint on everything. in
Yeah.
Black Ops 1 was
Hey
good.
guys,
Yeah.
Ghost comes out in less than a month. Aren't you excited?
Shut up.
Ghost?
I'm
Get
gonna
out.
be playing
Get
it
out.
with you.
Dude, I'm
thought
gonna
it was-
fucking buy it. I buy every Call of Duty game
I
because
thought it
it's
was
stupid
called-
fun.
Call of Duty G host.
I'm going to
Where you
wait for
host a
people to
party.
tell me that the game functions, and then I'll buy it.
Yeah, I'm not
So
buying it
it's-
at launch because I promised myself I wouldn't buy the next Infinity Ward game right away because Modern Warfare 3.
Yep.
Yeah, 'cause
that's a
Modern
good
Warfare
point.
3 was
That's a
rough.
good
I mean,
point
they
you
have
just
said that
made.
they're gonna have dedicated servers on all platforms, so at least that's something.
They said that about Modern Warfare 3.
They did. They did.
Modern Warfare
ref-
3 was a shit game.
Not all
did-
platforms, but on
They
PC.
did
so
refute the
dedicated server.
50 gigabyte install thing that had leaked.
Yeah, those system
So,
requirements from
not
NVIDIA
true.
were not correct at all.
No. That's probably more
Yeah,
like
it-
Watch Dogs.
The 6 gigabytes of RAM minimum requirement is probably not correct at all. It's probably
Did you guys see the Call of Duty Ghosts system requirements?
That's what we were.
Yeah,
That's what we're fucking talking about.
Oh,
Jesus.
I'm sorry. My cat is in the background. Rolling
Yeah, blame
around
it on
the ball.
Hammond. Okay.
Yeah, I was distracted, but yeah, 50 gigs.
He doesn't
that's a
take
lot.
enough shit from you.
Yeah, they refuted
It-
that.
it's-
That's what we just said.
Yeah, they said that's not
Oh,
true.
hey,
Which
I
I'm
was
just, frankly, I'm pissed
Get
about.
out.
Hey,
I'm pissed
the
about that
host.
because I deleted all of my pirated illegal porn for nothing.
I know, right?
I made a lot of hardware, a lot of hard drive space for that.
A lot of hard decisions too. A lot of
Oh,
last
very
faps
hard.
into the sunset. You know.
Yeah,
I
a
know
lot
what
of
you're
a
saying.
lot of tearful goodbyes, which they were mostly tearful because I
She
cry
was the
when I
most
ejaculate
special
anyway.
redhead I had.
But then I also
Well.
played Arma 3, which actually they patched and it plays fucking wonderfully. I love it. I get over 100 FPS now.
Wow.
So, yep.
What kind of system are you running?
i7 970, 6 core, and then I have a 7970 gigahertz. But
He has a
and then
really
I
old
also have
CPU.
24 gigs of
It's so
RAM,
good.
and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, granted, I played it when the alpha was first released, and I couldn't
Yeah,
get
it's
it above
much,
40. I
much,
couldn't get it
much
above
better.
45, no
Yeah.
matter what I did.
Much better now. Yeah, it's a
That
ton
game
better.
kicked the shit out of my graphics card.
Yeah,
I had to
it's-
stop playing it because I felt
it's-
that I was probably gonna make it catch fire.
Yeah, it's really processor heavy though. Actually, once I overclocked, I got like 40 more frames, which was
Mhm.
pretty good. But,
Does Arma 3 have a feature for Huawei statuses?
for what? Oh no, it doesn't. So I guess it's an
Then
inferior game, isn't it?
Then I don't want to play it.
Yeah, shit game.
I can't share my battle report on Facebook.
I
So
don't know why I bought that game. I bought it when it first came out on alpha, and I played it one time through
You also gifted
this
me
year.
your little alpha thing.
I
that
did.
you give to people, and I never
the
installed it
alpha
or played
light.
it.
Yeah.
Never
Still
installed
haven't
it or played
for
it.
full release.
Apparently, you couldn't play with anybody else. It was just
No,
like
you can
gotta
only play
with
the
bots.
single player mission.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's sweet. I love doing that on a multiplayer game.
At
So
least
you
it
should
lets
just
you
bought the
test it out
fucking
before you
alpha.
buy it.
True.
It's something.
You can see how it runs at least.
But
Yeah,
that's
but it's
a
also
bad,
in
it
an
was
alpha.
a bad example though. It's a bad example for people to see it. But
Yeah.
that's fine. Like I said, it's better now, and yeah, that's all I've been playing.
Oh, nice.
I'm fucking
very
CS4,
cool.
okay? You got me.
You carried
Uh,
us in CS:GO.
We'll go to Dan. What have you been playing?
Ooh, what have I been playing?
Sweet, Binding of Isaac. Love that game. Okay, Nick
Wow, dude. I played quite a bit this week, actually.
Oh,
you
cool. Final
presumptuous
Fantasy
fuck.
14. All right, Nick Jenkins. What have you been playing?
Jesus Christ. I'm being ridiculed here, and I don't like it.
Persecuted is I
best
think the
host.
word.
So I played Snow, which is a CryEngine skiing game, open world skiing game, and
No ski free shit game.
it's on early access right now for $15. But when that thing gets, all its features, I think it's going to be incredibly fun. We played it for an hour and a half. It's super broken right now because it's in early access. Like there's no menus or anything. You have to use the console to change your graphics and stuff like that. But
That's fun.
yeah, you can just explore the whole mountain, and you can get. Yeah, they're gonna add snowboards. It's skiing right now. It looks amazing. It looks absolutely
I hope-
amazing.
Wait,
They kinda-
wait. I have a question.
Okay.
If you get to the top of the mountain, do you find Rocket from
Nick.
DayZ up there?
Nick,
Yeah, you do.
Dean Hall? Is Dean Hall up there?
Nick,
He is.
it's skiing game, so you start at the top of the mountain.
Yeah, you don't.
You said you can get to the top of the mountain.
You start at the top, Nick,
Is Dean Hall up
and
there?
then you ski down the mountain.
Okay,
But
is,
you-
Dean,
but
is
you-
Dean Hall up there?
No,
Yes,
Dean Hall is
Rocket
not
is
up there.
Is he up there showing his game that runs at 15 frames a second? Oh, cool, sweet.
It got delayed again, by the way. For those that don't know, it got
Aha,
delayed
tell me more about your
again.
game.
Really, there's still news coming out about that game.
How
I
to
kill
thought,
your
I thought that
game's
he
hype.
just told everybody to fuck off until he's ready to show something.
No, there's a new video out about
Oh, a video. Okay.
about more delays. More delays. But no,
Dean started from the bottom, and now
I'm
he's
telling
still
you,
at the
Mark, you'll like Snow. If they introduce a multiplayer, it's gonna be awesome.
I saw the
It's-
stream that you did. I looked at the video on demand, and I just hope that they work on the animations because
Well, obviously it's broken as shit, and you
Yeah,
just
they're not
twerk.
that
You
fluid.
twerk when you do the
Yeah.
ski pulls, but
you do it really fast. If there's no weight to doing the ski poles, which is really
Yeah.
weird looking, but it looks great. I loved it when you went through the world and went down
Yeah.
a mountain under the earth,
that was
whatever
awesome.
that was.
Yeah, I think I went into a river or something.
And then
just
the
kept
mountain
going.
just continued on down
Yeah.
the river with snow on it, and you skied. It was great.
But like we were just sitting there talking during stream, and it was just like, man, if this gets fully fleshed out to how it could be,
yeah, it's a great
this
looking
will
game.
be fantastic, and a ton of fun. They need controller support so badly.
That's definitely a game I would not want to play with a keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, it's terrible with a keyboard.
I don't want to play any game with a keyboard and mouse. I don't even know why I'm on this
Yo,
podcast.
I got one more question, man.
Yeah.
No.
Does it
Yes,
have
host?
does it have Tricky by Run DMC on the soundtrack?
There is actually no sound right now.
Cool. The game
Sound at all.
sucks dick.
Well then.
It's actually zero
Man, Ski
sound.
Free literally is a better game.
If you're gonna have an extreme snow sports video game and you don't have Tricky by Run DMC, then I don't give a shit about your game.
I think the world's
Jesus.
greatest skiing game, Ski Free, set the bar with having audio.
I feel like these guys need to put the Yeti Easter egg somewhere in this game. Where if
Yeah,
you go
like
to a certain place, a Yeti just comes out and beats the hell out of you.
If you ski a little too freely, he just like pops out of nowhere and just shovels you down his mouth.
I
That
did
shit was violent.
on the Steam
Shit was
page for
violent,
Snow. I don't see anything about the fact that it doesn't have sound. Or any of the real problems that it has. Like, it's a very... I hate it when these early access
they
games
can do
that.
whatever they want, and it's kind of ridiculous.
When they don't explain, because what you're telling me is, like, Snow is probably one of the least developed games that I've seen on early access if it doesn't even have sound. And it doesn't say anything about it. That's so misleading.
It's one face of the mountain, and, like, no options menus, no sound
like,
right now.
in the screenshots, you see this dude on some skis grinding a fucking staircase.
You can
and it looks
do that.
So epic. Oh, you can actually... Okay,
I
well,
did
at least
that.
you can do
I did that, yeah. So you can do that. It's just hard because the controls are to do like the trick moves once you're in the air are the arrow buttons. So
what? Why?
Awkward.
Yeah,
Why would you? I mean, you're controlling with a mouse, right?
No, your WSA and D to move, and then
and that's it.
And then you can like hard turn with S and D or S and A. And then you can flip with Q and E in the air, and then you can like do grabs and shit with the arrow buttons.
So you don't even need a mouse.
Well, that's not too bad.
Not
I
right
guess.
now, no. Not right now.
Valve really needs some control there, and
I mean, I fully admit
more requirements.
I feel like
if a game doesn't have audio, there should be something in place.
They should be made
to
write it down.
You're gonna want to put on some background music.
I fully
before you
admit
play
that
this
we
game.
got a PR, like a code from a PR group for those guys, so like we didn't pay for it. So I mean, I fully say that, but I really think this game will be fun once it's like actually going. Because if they introduce like multiplayer races or anything like that, it'll be great. You can fully customize your character. I think it's going to be free to play when it actually releases.
Yeah, it is. If you buy it on Steam now, you're basically buying like a starter pack that you would get for a free to play game, is what it is, and it allows you early access.
There's a bunch of character creation stuff, but it's.
But if you
cool.
don't want to waste your money, then you can just wait and it'll be free anyways.
Yeah, and I just wish they had. I was like, is there sound or isn't there? Like the whole time.
Like, will there be one thing that has sound in this whole game? You just go around like hitting a tree or falling over and trying to find something that has a sound file.
So I also played The Wolf Among Us right when it came out. Just as good as Walking Dead.
I saw the intro to that game and I really liked the narrative and also the voice acting was really good. And the art style that they use is so timeless.
Yeah,
that game is still going to be played by people years down the road, and it's still going to look great.
The color in this one in particular is friggin' amazing because it's like an '80s New York City almost, and so it's like Hotline Miami colors everywhere, which is awesome. But it's a totally different feel than Walking Dead. There's still like the drama and stuff. Different. Yeah, obviously. There feels like there's much less on the line. This is much more of a mystery, let's see what happens kind of thing. More than Walking Dead was like, I started to, really care about Clem as that game played and that kind of thing. This is totally different. You're more just playing through the story, like trying to just solve this mystery with Bigby, but it doesn't feel as intense or immediate, but it's still amazing. I mean, the writing and everything that they do is so good. I'm glad we picked it up. So, if you do want to check that out, it's like $22.
$25
$25 now, but you get all 5 episodes or chapters.
I mean, just know if you buy it now, they only have the
only
first episode
chapter 1,
released.
yeah.
It's short, so don't expect a
It's like-
full experience
It's
yet.
like 2.5 hours on stream, but stream is always longer.
Yeah, I mean, if
just
you want to
buy that.
wait for all of the episodes to be out so you can get all of the game at once, then that's what you should do. But yeah, it's 25 for all 5 episodes that come in. I don't know if they've released like the dates for when they're going to release the next episodes, if they said anything about that.
No, I don't think so. I forget how long it was for Walking Dead. It was over a few months though
Yeah.
to get all 5. But I mean, they end on. It ends obviously making you want to play the next episode.
Yeah.
So we'll be posting that on. I did manage to locally record while I was streaming, so we'll be putting it up on the YouTube channel this week. I also played the Stanley Parable demo and recorded that. Stanley Parable
Stanley's
demo,
a bitch.
game of the year. It is fantastic in the
What
best
is
way.
that game even? I keep hearing about it, but I've never seen anything.
It's a game
on
that's
it.
just commenting on games.
Okay.
Like I played the original, the original Stanley Parable, the mod, but the demo is hysterical for one thing. So if you want a good laugh, play the demo because it's quite funny. It's about 20 minutes long, but recorded that, so we'll be putting that up this week.
So that's a lot of time to take off Pokemon. I don't know. I might have to give that a pass.
Jesus Christ!
You're asking a lot, man.
I also got a new desk this week, and it's still not fully set up, but it's an actual desk. I got rid of those fucking IKEA tables, which were bending under the weight of monitors.
Yeah,
at this point.
those tables didn't look like they should hold up your entire setup. It
They,
looked really bad.
I didn't notice how much it was bending in the middle until I took everything off, and man,
Like triple monitor, mic stand.
well, the
everything that you
27-inch
had sitting on
monitor,
it.
the 27-inch monitor is 35 pounds.
Wow, and you
So-
also had speakers on there. Like, that's just a lot of weight to be put on a table like that.
Yeah,
It looked like
so-
something that somebody would use for like a cookout, like a plastic table that they would put shitty paper plates on for people to eat burgers, and you put your entire PC set up on that thing.
Yeah, the PC itself was not on it because
Yeah,
I think that would
luckily,
have
or
been
it might have collapsed. It
that might have
definitely
been-
would have collapsed.
But I got one of these Galant desks from IKEA, and they're actually like it's one of the few pieces of IKEA furniture with like 10-year warranty and like very
Yeah, the
sturdy.
Galant is probably like the most sought after desk for PC people. I think it's probably
huge,
the most purchased
man. I
thing.
got it with like the extension.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy 2
It's
of
great.
them when I move into my next apartment
Yeah.
for
And
my
it's,
next setup to have
pretty
all the
good.
room that I want.
I need to buy some more cables though, so I can actually get my PC off the desk because none of my cables can reach it right now. But yeah, I'm redoing my whole basement. We're tearing down a wall and all kinds of stuff. So we're gonna turn it into a little bit of a streaming studio for part of it. So do some soundproofing and all
right.
that good stuff with bass Sean. But before we move on to Nick, though, I just want to put a quick word. Extra Life. Don't forget, people. Yes. November 1st through the 3rd, the team is already at $4,800 raised. So pretty good. For
I
not
still have
having
not
done
made an
anything
Extra
yet.
Life trailer, and I feel ashamed that I haven't. I need to work on that.
You got 2
Yeah,
weeks.
fine. Just
You got
talk
2
about the
weeks.
charity. I didn't want to tell you guys what I was playing anyway.
But some people have raised a shitload of money already. So, pretty cool. We will be giving away, and I am sorry, I will announce this right now. I'm sorry to say we have gotten more details on our new egg giveaway, which is still happening, but I am sorry to say that it will be limited to US only. So I apologize for that, but
yeah, I'm sure internationally shipping a PC is like.
it was more legal stuff.
Oh, okay,
that
I
was
got you.
preventing it as far as how we give it away. There's so much red tape in America for doing good things for other people. It's
Yeah.
it is ridiculous.
Plus, what Chezz said. I mean, most people from overseas play on potatoes.
Yeah,
So if we were to
potatoes
ship
are-
outside the
status
U.S.,
quo.
we would
Yeah.
we'd
And-
basically upset the entire economy of whoever won that computer because
In Razer i7's case, he plays on a Kangaroo.
But I,
that's
you know,
fine.
if I
Sure.
could have, I fought with certain people, and no, by the way, this is not Newegg's doing. This is not Newegg's doing. This is simply U.S. law on how you run giveaways like this. It's unfortunate, but nothing we can do about it. I know that's kind of a downer for international people, but you can win everything else we're giving away, including other pieces of hardware. I believe we may have a 4670K we're giving away. Many
Jesus.
SteelSeries Sensei mice. Or no, Kinzu. My bad. Kinzu mice. Sean, our tech guy, is giving away an IBM Model M, which is one of the most sought-after keyboards. Very old, but one of the most sought-after keyboards.
80s, right?
Yep. One of the best
New sub,
mechanical
by the way.
keyboards.
New sub.
Yeah, Scumbag Alex.
Scumbag Alex.
Meme just subbed. That's right.
But make sure you're still there. November 1st through 3rd, we're going to be doing tons and tons of stuff. Dive Kick tournament is happening. That will include, Mark, if he wants to be in it. If you'd like to play some Dive Kick, sir.
Of course.
And Diction, Gassy, etc. They'll all be involved with the Dive Kick tournament. I have registered the twitch.tv/KBMOD Confessions.
I saw that.
Channel, which is going to be running off my laptop at LAN in a corner of Bob's house for the entire LAN. So
I was the one that came up with this idea.
You did.
So.
There will be a required donation for a chance at the computer as well as an entry form.
I actually have a question.
So
About the KBMOD Confessions channel, is that going to
Yes.
be running all the time, and then it's just whenever people go in there?
yeah, I'm just going to leave it running at like a lower bit rate. It won't affect anything.
If for anyone wondering what it is, it's essentially going to be like the real world.
Yeah, because Nick watches that all the time.
The talking head
Dude.
interview.
The real world was legit. So.
Like he'll come upstairs and be
Yeah,
like,
it's
Nick
very real.
Fenton just
It's
shit
very
his
real.
pants. It was terrible. Like it'll just be running with a blue snowball hooked up to it and my webcam on my on my laptop, and that's it. So yeah, we're having all kinds of good stuff going on. So make sure you turn in November 1st through 3rd. We're already near 5K. Our goal is 100,000. It says 50,000 on the page, but our goal is 100,000. So
Girl, that's a lot of money.
it is a lot of money for them kids. Them children.
Anybody who wasn't in the pre-show though, I don't start work for a week, so I'm gonna be streaming all week trying to raise money before the actual event. So
Yeah. Also
Yes.
the weekend before, I'm going to be doing a Final Fantasy VII marathon, playing the game start to finish in one sitting.
Yep.
Also pre-gaming them donations,
Yep. So stay tuned.
excited.
That 7 p.m. November 1st, 7 p.m. Eastern is when the official stream will start. I have a feeling we will be live most of that day, though. Just bullshitting around or doing whatever and setting up. So, yeah. So tune in for
Oh
that.
shit, Reddit has a team?
Yes, we got to beat them
sorry,
this year. We lost them last year.
Nah, I'm going to stream with them.
yeah, later, dude.
I'm joining there.
Actually, I have an announcement to make as well.
Okay.
Did you get Hammond pregnant?
Sorry, it's...
He can't. He's a boy.
And also a cat.
Yeah, that too.
So
There's-
Kind of an issue.
What's your announcement?
Oh, I was insane.
He was
making a
also
joke that I was
joining
going
Reddit.
to the Reddit team.
Oh, okay.
but Blacklight, sir.
Yes.
What
This
have you
isn't your
been
fucking
doing?
job, Daniel. I'm
I'm
the,
sorry.
I'm the host this
you
week.
know what?
Jesus
I fucking
Christ.
apologize. I'm
Power
muting,
struggle
I'm
in
muting,
KBMOD.com.
Hey,
muting
it's
my
fine
mic.
because Nick has been doing a terrible job at
Hey,
this.
Nick Jenkins, what have you been playing this week?
I have been playing Pokemon because Pokemon came out on Saturday, and it's fucking amazing. I don't know. I don't know how many people in chat. A couple of people when I mentioned Pokemon, a couple of people had joined in, so I know at least a few people play kids games. But it's finally improved. Anybody who's played Pokemon over the years, a lot of us when we were kids, we played Red, Blue, and Yellow or whatever, and then after that, like the formula hadn't changed at all, and there were all these like basic improvements that could have been made years and years and years ago that they just shirked because they were like, oh, well, we're Pokemon, we don't have to do that. People are going to buy our games no matter how shitty they are, and the core mechanics were still there, but that was still enjoyable. But they kept putting on all this shit, and like there's something like called contests that served absolutely no purpose and weren't even fun. There was no tangible reward. There was just like, as each generation came out, there was more and more of this bullshit, terrible filler dialogue that just made the game really slow-paced and not fun. And they finally just trimmed all that bullshit out. Every edition that they've made, they finally went 3D. I don't know what the hell took them that long, but it's finally a 3D game. They graduated from sprite-based. The animations are fantastic. Everything between the battles is actually fun and engaging. The bullshit dialogue has been trimmed down immensely. It's like the best Pokemon game ever. And anybody who's been sitting out on the franchise for a couple years but like the game, you might want to, if you have a 3DS, you might want to pick it up because it actually is literally the best Pokemon game I've played so far. So
there you go. From the man
I have
himself.
awoken myself from the coma that I put myself into before he started talking. All right.
I know it was painful to listen to. But no, it's really that good. Other than that, I've actually been getting a bit more into League of Legends, but every single time I solo queue, the thing is I'm solo queuing because nobody else that I play with is around my level. So every time I play with them, I have to play against people who are max level in the game and therefore have a statistical advantage because League is just fucking stupid like that. So I don't want to do that because I'm basically a handicap on my team. So I've been solo queuing to try to get the ranks up. And every single time I solo queue, I just end up with the worst fucking team imaginable. People who have no idea how to play. I'll call ADC, which is a attack damage carry. Basically, your like range damage dealer.
Sounds great. Keep going.
And
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm an asshole.
you know, all right. Well,
Hey,
God
what
damn it! He did it again.
Hey, yo, even though he left the call. Hey, yo, Nick Jenkins, tell us about your runes and masteries. Oh, sweet, that's cool. I love hearing that kind of stuff. That's sick, man.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
man, welcome back, dude.
Fucking Black.
if you don't take me seriously, Dad, I'm gonna run away for real next time.
I swear I'll do it, Dad.
You'll never see me again. You say you love me.
I'll find you.
Why you
behind
do
the-
this?
I love your hat, by the way. It speaks much
This is
about
my
your
new stream
personality.
hat. I wear this every time I stream.
It's a
Because
solid
everybody
stream
was
hat.
like, "Where's your hat? Where's your hat? Where's your hat?" As though I wasn't wearing a fucking headset, which would destroy the shape of my trilby. So I got a hat. Now nobody can bitch about having to see my horrendous hair. It burns the eyes.
That's
That's
why he
good.
wears those gunners, so whenever he looks in the mirror, his eyes
Yeah.
burn.
It protects my retinas from having to see the top of my head directly. So I'm thinking about during the Final Fantasy stream, and I'm also bringing this hat to LAN, so maybe at LAN I'm gonna auction off naming the hat. It needs a name.
Wow.
I haven't decided yet, but it's a solid hat.
This is what we do. We name hats.
I do like to.
You're talking to somebody that plays TF2. Like, what the fuck do you think he's gonna do?
And Pokemon. There's hats in Pokemon now. Boo fucking yeah.
Oh
Wow,
God.
nerd.
God help
Nice.
us.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
So, anyway, what I was saying about League is every time, basically, long story short, every single time I solo queue, I end up with the most god-awful team on the entire planet. So now I just play ARAM to level up, which is, I think, slower, but it's more fun.
Every time I
And-
hear you talk about League, you always talk about how much you hate the way they do the skill level thing, yet you still play it. Like that's
I
such a
know.
big thing that they fuck up on, yet you
They
still
do.
play the game.
And I still play it, yeah, because it's mostly because it's the only game that, like, a couple of my friends play. Every other game that I'm interested in playing, nobody plays, or they're not multiplayer games. So it's my desperate attempt to have some sort of social interaction to keep myself from going insane.
I'm sorry.
And so I have to deal with the bullshit leveling,
Do you need a hug?
which is not from you.
Oh shit! Damn. Damn.
So
Damn.
yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Pretty much just League and Pokemon.
Nick Fenton.
Yeah, lead us into the news, Nick.
I don't know.
Tell
I was
us
gonna
what you're
say what
playing.
I've been playing. Nice.
Please do that.
This
I
is
don't
why you
care.
shouldn't host, you little
I'm
bitch.
the new host.
Don't care.
Trying to skip
Nick-
people. Fucking so
Nikolai.
As soon as
What
Nick
games have
starts
you been
sleeping on the
playing?
job, as soon as
Alright.
Nick just lets down his guard for a second, I'm gonna swoop in and start leading this shit.
I've been playing.
This is a
some
merciless
Smite.
cutthroat power struggle.
Been playing some Smite as always.
Some
more
Smit?
Mirror's Edge.
Ah, yeah, love bad games.
And
Wow.
the Capcom sale had I bought Lost Planet 1 and 2, which I had fond memories of, and then I played them and I was like, oh yeah, these games suck.
Lost Planet 2, you had fond memories of?
No, the first one I had fond memories of. The second one was fun if you played co-op. because like if you weren't thinking about what was actually happening in that game, and
Yeah.
how
If you
good it
forgot that
was.
the game existed and you were just talking to a friend.
Yeah. And I also bought the Bionic Commando remake that came out a few years ago.
Oh my
Nice.
The game's okay. It's okay.
I heard the grapple mechanics are fun, kind of like a Just
I
Cause.
have
Yeah,
it.
it's fun.
It's
It's just
awful.
it's okay.
I have it to stream, and I haven't done it yet. And
It's
it
okay.
looks great.
It's pretty generic. It's just like yeah, it's got a grapple mechanic thing, and it's kind of fun.
You should have bought DMC on that sales. Which you should have bought.
No, I just don't care.
I like when
It's
they
a good
put that
game.
character into Marvel vs. Capcom, and every single line of dialogue he has involves him talking about his bionic arm, because it's literally the only interesting note about his character. There's
Spencer?
nothing else
Good
to
old
him.
Spencer. Oh,
Every
man.
single win quote has the phrase bionic arm, and they're like, he's like, "Of course I won. I've got a bionic arm." Zip, and then he's gone. Like, what?
Come on,
It was
dude.
like- I didn't know it was guaranteed victory.
But you can buy
Bionic
Remember Me for
arm.
50% off. Isn't that great?
No,
Yeah.
I'll remember to not buy that shit.
I
Boom.
just threw my
Slam.
cat right now.
Wow, Joe.
Like this.
This poor cat, dude. Every
This
single
cat-
time he ends up on the camera, he
Jesus.
looks intensely uncomfortable.
He's like, God,
Somebody
it's
needs to
fucking
report-
collar and shit.
Nick Fenton to Cat Protective Services.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm gonna take that cat away from you.
Is that? Are you at the end of your list, Nick Fenton?
And I played with Hammond.
Okay, that's good.
Cat games.
It's like, no.
All right, we're gonna take a 2-minute commercial break, guys, and then we'll be back with this week's news. The news.
Yes.
So we'll be right back.
Hammy. I'm gonna hold you upside down like a baby.
Come on.
Is he declawed? I'm
Welcome,
surprised he hasn't taken your
welcome
face
to the
off.
Cat Tribunal,
No, he
and
doesn't
Fen,
scratch
please
me.
have a seat. Remember Me was not a really bad game. It was
Oh,
just somewhat
okay.
bad.
It was boring. It was just boring.
I'm
I
telling
can't
you.
play a,
I'm
like
telling
an
you, what
underwhelming
we
game.
need, what we need is a Remember Me that is just memory remixes with stealth mechanics, and that's it. That's it. The whole game. Just get rid of all the fighting. Just only that.
I think I spent like 2.5 hours in that game, and I just never felt anything.
It took
So
10
I
hours
just
to
left
beat
it alone.
and there were some
Was
really,
that-
really painful parts.
Was that Capcom? I forget.
Yep.
Remember me.
Yeah, it's
They
got
didn't develop it, but
No, yeah, they just
okay.
published it.
it was.
Okay,
it
I
was.
got you.
To be fair, it was the developer who did. It was their first game, so
I mean, for a first game, yeah, you're close. You're
Yeah.
close.
yeah,
Maybe the next one.
yeah, yeah. It did have shitty dialogue as well. People reminding me
Mm-hmm.
of the shit dialogue in that game.
I feel like that's pretty standard for Capcom.
It was
Yep.
a pretty game.
Yeah, it's a
pretty
very
game.
beautiful game, but you don't really get to see much of it, like, up close.
Yeah, Moobot is going.
I'm
hard
thinking
tonight,
that-
man.
I'm thinking that when people are pitching their games to be published to Capcom, they actually take a look at the script and the voice actors they're thinking about lining up, and they're like, you know what, these people are all too talented, and the dialogue is really good. We can't fund your game. You're gonna have to fuck off.
Bioshock Infinite? What? Nah, we'll
Wait,
let
what?
2K handle that one. I can just picture Capcom being like, "Man, this is super well done." Like,
Yeah, you're gonna have to take this bullshit somewhere else. This is a great story. I really like it. Get the fuck out of my office.
Did you guys see the re-review that someone that writes for GameSpot did for Bioshock Infinite?
no,
Gave it a 4 out of 10.
Jesus.
It was so hilarious to read too. Oh, it
There
was-
are things that I do
Oh,
agree with, but
no.
not to the extent of a 4 out of a 10.
Yeah, no, I would give
In-
Bioshock maybe a 6.5 or a 7.
In
That's
no- in
mine.
no world-
That's my feeling.
In no on no planet is Bioshock Infinite a 4 out of 10 game.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
It's just not.
I don't believe it got all, like the 10s
actually,
that it got.
My biggest
Even the
problem-
theories of Bioshock Infinite, there are infinite dimensions, and in infinite dimensions, there is a world where it would get a 4 out of 10. So.
God damn.
I hate you.
Strong.
I'm about to hang up this fucking call again.
My biggest problem was that they didn't use the tears to do something cool. They just used it for
Yeah,
ammunition.
it was a very simple mechanic, and there's also just like
Yeah.
in terms of like there was a lot of they could have done a lot more with the racial stuff and
yeah,
like
yeah.
Yeah, they
like
could have gotten real
equality
deep.
stuff. They didn't really like they never went in detail with topics that could have been really cool to tackle. But
if they had made it a stealth
story.
game where Elizabeth's tears were used to do stealth, and you don't get into as many fights with 30 men and somehow come out on top, which makes no sense.
And
then
just
the
get
game
thrown,
did.
and just Elizabeth just throws fucking money at you during the fight, and you're like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Apparently,
Catch.
I forget. It was like the use button or something would be the option would be the same button in certain contexts to take things from Elizabeth when she had something for you. So I'd be running through like a bunch of drawers or something and searching them all, and I'm like spamming the one button, and then all of a sudden you'd be like, book or catch, and I just snap turn out of nowhere to Elizabeth. And I'm like, oh, where are we going?
There's a coin in my face.
Kind of unsettling.
What the fuck?
Suddenly she's
I'm
throwing
just
money.
waiting
Oh,
for her
Jesus
to
Christ, no, too young.
throw like a microwave at your face or something. She just
The
That
next
would have been a
straight
great
up
turn of
murders
events if she had
Booker.
just thrown something
Like-
giant at you one of those times.
you get to play as Elizabeth in the second part of the next DLC.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
two parts
hoping-
to it.
I'm hoping that the fact that they're going to Rapture and that they have said that they are changing the combat in order to fit that it will be better than Infinite's combat, because that was the biggest problem for me.
I think that's gonna be weird though.
I would give Infinite. I wouldn't say Infinite was a 10 out of 10. No, because a lot of places.
No, it's not.
A lot
Because
of
it's-
reviews give it 10 out of 10, but there's no way it's a 4
People
out
are
of 10.
giving it a 10 out of 10 because of the story, but they forget that it's actually a game, and then there's a
Yeah.
lot of problems with the game aspect
It's-
of Bioshock Infinite.
The,
So
Well, it was
the
very
linear story of Bioshock Infinite is
very
very
good.
good.
Very
it's a very
good.
good story.
Yeah.
It's just it could have gone to a lot of like really controversial places, I guess. Like it could have been like it had the name and it had the setting to be able to go and do those things, and it really didn't do any of them.
So
Yeah. Sure, no, I
all
agree with
right,
that.
all right.
to the news. To
The news. But first, I want to say, if you don't see a source option, you're in the beta player for our video player. We're in that. So people were asking me, why don't I see a source option? Because high is the highest on the beta player. So there you go. But first thing, and the biggest thing is the thing that we had no information about a couple weeks ago, we now have more information about, which is the Steam controller, which actually looks pretty good. We posted the trailer today. It's been out for a few days, but as I said in my little write-up of it, I think that this is a good demonstration of what the controller can do.
Yeah.
And as far as how the touchpads work, I thought it's cool that there's a mode that would do like one-to-one mouse movements with the right pad, and then you could also make it I think it was like more a WASD or a more traditional button. Yeah. And the Civ 5 demo was the most encouraging to me. Not that it's StarCraft pace-wise, but it looked like it was fine to control that way.
I mean, the fact that you can use both of the touch pads to move the mouse in a game like that, to where you can do dual movements and make it move faster, like that's a big thing for a controller, to have the dual movement to make your mouse move more efficiently.
Yeah.
And the one-to-one is definitely helping with the fact that you see him scrolling through options on the menu in Civ 5, and that's very accurate thing to do with a controller. So
Now,
it's good to see that it can actually be done.
I'm really liking the versatility of it.
Yeah.
Because it looks like it can do a whole bunch of different things in a lot of different ways. And it looks like it's going to take some practice to get used to, but once you get past that initial awkward learning phase, I think it's going to be...
The Counter-Strike demo still looked pretty miserable.
It did look pretty miserable. I will give you that. I also would have to say that this guy, whoever was demoing it, has been using that controller forever.
I mean,
so
I
he's
think
got
with
a
the
really
Counter-Strike
good
thing,
grasp. So
yeah, he did look like he knew what he was doing. But with the Counter-Strike thing, it looked like he was specifically trying to aim for the head to just show off that it's possible to do it without the aim assist.
Right.
Which I guess for a demonstration is cool, but it still looked really slow because he was trying to do nothing but headshots on those.
It's a good point,
dumps.
Chad. That guy just might suck at CS. Though.
Yeah,
could be,
that's
yeah.
the problem.
To be fair, it's impressive that without the aim assist, he was able to line up consistent headshots, which is something that's pretty difficult to do with a controller. I mean, we all know people who are good enough with controllers to do that, but it still seems
anyone
like
plays
it'll
on
be
a controller enough, you're gonna be okay with it. But like, I don't know. It just seemed, for me, as someone who is not good with dual joysticks on a shooter at all, even after playing, I think I had like 30 hours in Modern Warfare 2 on Xbox. and I was like a 1-to-1 KD. Like, but it
Well, at least Modern
me on
Warfare 2 had
PC.
good hit detection, so that helped.
Put me on PC, and I'm closer to 2-to-1 instead, just because I'm used to it. Like, but there's plenty of people who can use it if you use it enough. I don't know that I will be any better at a shooter on this than I would be on dual joysticks, at least at this point. I mean, it's hard to say.
I still wouldn't use a Steam controller for a shooter anyways. It's
I think it was great on Portal, but then again...
Oh, yeah.
It looked...
He even did a throw on Portal like you would do if you were trying to do a speed run and throw the cube up to the button without having to walk up there, and it looked pretty good. I mean, he missed the button, but he tried, and it didn't look terrible when he tried to throw it that way.
Yeah. So
it did look really good.
I think it's good that we finally have footage of it. I mean, before...
It's obviously still something that you have to use.
Right. You would have to get used to it, because I was...
I'm definitely still not sold on that at all. It just doesn't look like anything.
Well, I was sitting there using my touchpad
I know, I
today.
hate change.
Touchpad today on my laptop, and it was just like, man, touchpads suck ass. They suck so bad.
That's what I'm going from. I'm just like, have I ever had a good experience using a touchpad to game? No. Okay. So based on my past experiences, I'm gonna be skeptical of this.
So
that's just how it is.
This has my full confidence solely because Valve is the one developing it. No other reason.
I mean, I might.
If anybody else had demoed this product, I'd be like, eh.
I might end up preferring it for sure.
If Razer tried to come up with this controller, I would have some iffy feelings about it because they can't even get an Xbox controller to work correctly without having problems with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are going to be super high spec touchpads. They are. They're not what you get on laptops at all.
Yeah.
There's something else.
Valve is going to make sure that it feels good and it feels intuitive and it works before they put it out.
And they're being very open about it, which is a good thing. They're giving us a lot of info.
Right.
Plus the whole, open to modding and hacking. That
completely
I love
hackable.
that.
It comes with the ability to just take it apart piece by piece, like very easily. But to go along with the Steam controller demo, which is the biggest piece of news here, but Valve announced that all hardware vendors will be able to make Steam machines. Duh, is what I would say to that. I don't know why. I don't know why people were like, when they announced that the beta ones would have NVIDIA. Well, that's because they partnered with NVIDIA to get free cards. Like, it's not like, what do you think they were doing? But another real big piece of this, though, is the developer days, which I saw many of the developers that I follow were like super excited about this, actually, because it was dev days for Steam OS in early 2014. They're gonna have their own dev conference, so that's gonna really help move that forward, especially for people who aren't working on it already. Obviously, a lot of developers have had their hands on this for a while, but we should see some good things come out of that right around the release of the official Steam boxes and Steam OS at that point. So good things coming from Valve.
Yeah, I'm glad they partnered up with NVIDIA because, I mean, the fact that they're putting some Titans in some of these prototypes and there's 300 of them. I mean, if you bought 300 Titans, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's $30,000. I don't think they want to just not even counting all of the other hardware that they need. Like, I think that they would partner up with somebody to just get that and get their name out there. It makes sense. And I mean, AMD's on the console market, so AMD's got their shit together. They're fine.
Yep. Yeah. So it's, I don't know why people were so up in arms, but they were. So moving on to, we talked about this. I don't know if we did talk about this last week, but we posted the teasers for Soma this week, which is the new game from Frictional, the guys who made, of course, Amnesia and Amnesia Machine for Pigs. But, of course, they partnered with the Chinese Room on that one, and you could really feel the stamp of the Chinese Room on that game compared to Amnesia. But their new game, Soma, finally has some gameplay, and the gameplay trailer is, of course, creepy as shit and terrifying, because now they've taken Amnesia and essentially just put it into space. Which...
Yeah, I saw that trailer. It looked really, really good.
Yep, it's going to be for PS4 and PC in 2015. I believe was the release. So it is a long way away.
Yeah. I like the technological horror type thing where machines are going crazy. Or it just seemed really technological. It's just fucking brains hooked up to a bunch of pipes and shit. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, and then they started stabbing the brain, and he was like... It's like, what the fuck? So yeah, so Soma coming out in 2015, but
Shit
I would
looked like Amnesia and Alien.
it did.
Yeah.
It looked
That's
like
a good
the space
Yeah.
jockey, like that scene with the I don't even know what it was, but it looked like the space jockey room from Aliens.
But I would highly recommend you go watch the teasers for this and not even the gameplay trailer, because and they're going to release more teasers. I hope they do, because they're really fun to watch, and really creepy. So I'm pumped for that. And then of course it's your weekly GTA 5 to PC rumor. This week, early 2014, is the speculated next gen plus PC release. This has been speculated by Intel, saying GTA 5 will be out sooner than you think, all this stuff. So,
Build the hype.
I don't know.
And
Keep your fingers
just saying,
crossed.
maybe at that point the online won't be shit.
That's true.
It's
Maybe.
like it's obviously coming. We don't need to worry about these articles that are like, oh, it's gonna come here. Just wait for Rockstar to say when it's gonna come.
What was
the last-
coming to PC?
What was the last Grand Theft Auto that didn't come to PC?
Oh wait, none of them.
None
Well,
of
I
them.
mean the Vita and the PSP titles, but
Yeah, exactly.
they get a pass.
They
Yeah.
get ported multiple months after.
Also, I'm just super
I
excited.
need Trouble in
I'm
Chinatown
super
on
excited
Steam.
for it because GTA 5 looks really good on the current console gen. It's gonna look friggin' insane on next.
Oh yeah,
gen plus
put
PC.
PC render distances on that
Yeah.
game. GG. It's
Holy
over.
shit!
Yeah, it's gonna be
I
ridiculous.
want to stand on top of a mountain and just look at the city on a PC
On
with
full
view
draw
distance all the
distance.
way up.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want to stand with you on a mountain. I want to bathe with
us
you. in the
and
sea.
Dean Razor, Dean Hall, Rocket Hall, up there on top of the mountain.
There's a copy of DayZ hidden somewhere in GTA 5 on PC. You just gotta find it.
Does it run at 15 frames a second in
Yes,
game too?
yes.
You play it inside of GTA 5.
Oh, sick.
So some good news now. Sleeping Dogs, a game which across KBMOD was pretty much universally liked.
Amazing game. Fantastic game.
Sleeping Dogs' successor has been announced. It's going to be called, I believe, Triad Wars. Yes, Triad Wars.
But Triad
Oh,
Wars
so-
does not sound like a sequel to Sleeping Dog.
I was about to say, like a nice
to be fair-
title.
They said it's
straight
not
to the most generic
it's not a
shit I've ever
sequel.
heard.
No, it's
They
not a
said that
sequel.
it was in the universe.
Yes.
It sounds like a Facebook MMO game.
It
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
So-
It's not
sounds
very
like-
good branding.
It
It's-
sounds like it's going to be on iOS and Android. That's what it sounds like.
Same
to me.
developer. Maybe it is. See, like we don't have anything. We won't know until 2014, since United Front has pledged no new info until 2014. So, yeah,
like
I
a
love the shot at Square Enix at the end of this PC Gamer article. It could sell 4 million copies, and Square Enix might still call it a failure. Like,
I like the, or maybe it's a MOBA. Wouldn't
Yeah.
that be great? Wouldn't it
Oh,
be
yes,
great to see a
please.
Sleeping Dogs MOBA? Good
uh,
Lord.
It's pronounced Maba.
that
Wow, excuse me. I'm sorry.
that was a reference, for those who don't know, to Tomb Raider selling like 7 million copies and being called an unequivocated failure.
They have
Like-
way too high of an expectations for
I
their
don't know what-
games. It
I don't know
makes
what you
no
want,
sense.
dude.
They need their development studios that
It's
aren't
not-
in house to make up their shit sales on Final Fantasy because they don't know how to make a Final Fantasy game.
It's not even necessarily that they have unrealistic expectations. It's that they just don't know how to budget because they spend so much money on things like advertising and stuff that nobody really sees. Like the people that are going to buy Tomb Raider are going to buy Tomb Raider. They're not going to buy it because they saw it on TV. You don't need to
It's
spend
Tomb Raider.
You don't need
need
to. Yeah, you don't need to spend that much money on marketing and
Yeah.
just like hyping your game up and just like all that stuff. Like it's just a budgeting problem
The
for
only-
a lot of studios.
The good thing though is that Tomb Raider 2 is in development, so that's good because that game is fucking excellent. So hopefully they scrounge up enough cash, keep that going there. Square.
Hooray.
And speaking of bad business, this is a little article. A study was done, and those who don't know, there was a huge, and this hasn't happened since '83. There was a massive crash in the video game industry in 1983 when the market was completely saturated. Atari was at its height at the time, and there were of course, this was like one of the first video game consoles. So everyone else was trying to make a console at the time, like companies that clearly should not
Had
be
no
making
idea what they
them
were doing. Yeah.
were making them. So there were like 10 or something out like that at the same time. And so the market became became flooded, and the bottom fell out. And basically, until Nintendo came, I believe in '85 was the NES.
84, I think.
Yeah, when that hit,
You're
that
wrong.
kind of brought everything back from the dead. But Atari, of course, was never the same after this crash. So
You might say nothing was the same. Shout out to Drake.
God damn.
you might fucking.
So they're
say
saying that
Assassin's Creed
we're
too.
getting console saturation. Like what? We only have what? The Ouya is the only new.
Well,
thing?
no. What they're saying is that so many households have 360s and PS3s.
Yeah.
From last
and
gen,
we've
that-
had 2.6 consoles each for a long time.
I know.
Like,
They're just
we've had a
basically
lot
saying.
of consoles.
Let me see here.
We
Oh,
have
you were right,
have
Dan, it was
less
85.
major consoles now than we did in the 90s.
Yeah. That's,
Well, they're
In
saying
the 90s,
there's so
we had
many
Nintendo,
households.
Sega, we had PlayStation came out. We had a lot.
GameCube, all that shit.
Well, basically, they're saying so many households already have a console
Yeah.
that these new consoles, at least for a year or two, could cause a sort of bottom falling out because people just aren't going to buy them.
I don't
as
understand
much.
that. They're so old. This is like the longest console console lifespan we've ever had.
Yeah, but the economy the economy's not good. They're $500 a piece.
People still buy iPhones.
I know, but they're getting subsidies on those. Those are only $200. So I
Yeah.
mean, I'm just saying. Also, you have shit like iPhones now, so you're gonna say, well, we'll get the new iPhone instead.
Which is basically another gaming platform. Maybe
Yeah,
not a
it
good
was
one,
basically a
but for-
report done by Superdata, which is a sort of financial reporting firm for industry. And so that basically they're saying 79% of gamers already own a console. And that group have an average of 2.6 consoles each. So they're saying just beware. By the way, this is tweeted out by the one and only Cliffy B. So that's where I found it.
So,
He seems to have
So it's actually the truth.
Yeah, it's actually the truth, is what I'm saying. We're all dead, in other words. Rip Gaming, Twitch is dead, KBMOD's gone, everything's...
It's over.
Yeah, it's
It's
really
all
basic.
over.
It's things on the fact that a lot more people play on PC and mobile now, and
Yeah.
that's why they.
And there's a lot of consoles out there. They're just saying, like, these consoles
Yeah.
still work fine for a lot of people who are casual gamers. Like,
a lot of people who are dumb and don't realize that that shit is old and it needs to
Yeah.
go. It's ruining gaming.
Yeah.
It really is.
no, but I could see the logic, though, in that
Yeah.
there's so many systems out already in homes that, like, how many of these are you going to sell? If you don't sell enough, obviously they're going to sell these at a loss to start anyway.
Of
PS4
course.
and Xbox One. So, I mean, we'll see. PS4 seems to be selling damn well. I think it's like 5 million pre-orders.
I mean, yeah,
or something
considering
right
the fact that you can't pre-order shit unless they, some. I think GameStop like just recently started pre-orders for PS4 again.
now. Yeah.
And the day one consoles are gone on Amazon. I think day one is just gone in general. Like you can't get a console day one anymore.
Right.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is really. I think what this article is really saying is, if the conditions are all wrong, then yeah, we could suffer a crash. I don't think we're going.
Yeah,
to.
it's really just saying like we're shifting our focus to being on mobile and PC rather than being on console. So chill out. I don't know.
I think the more alarming thing, if you want to go into the economics of gaming, is the extreme budgets it takes now, or what
Yeah.
it seems to take to put out a hit game and supposedly keep your studio afloat. I
The
mean-
crash is going to be on the video game industry side, not on the console
Not
market.
on- yeah,
really.
not on the consoles.
It's going to be like on the development side of games.
When you're selling 5 million copies of a game, that's a fucking lot of copies, dude. Like I
Yeah.
don't, and you're
Yeah,
just
how is
calling
that
that a
not-
failure. Like I don't understand.
It's like Rockstar is probably the only developer that can spend that much money on a game and still have it go, because they spent what like
Activision.
little less than $300 million on GTA 5.
Yeah.
That is so much money
Yeah.
for fucking
Haven't they
game.
already made $1 billion?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they made $1 billion within like the first week. It was probably only a few days.
Yeah,
that they did
and
that.
they're gonna make another 500+ million when it comes out
Wow.
next
To
year.
PC,
So-
yeah.
Video
Yeah,
games
and
are
on
getting
other
to the
consoles.
point where like movies like the Avengers are, because like the Avengers didn't break even until they made $1 billion.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's like that now with video
Yeah.
games, where it's like
Like-
there's these massive budgets, obviously not to the numbers like $1 billion, but
That's-
millions
They'll-
and millions
they'll
and
get
millions
there.
of dollars. Yeah,
That's
for
a
a lot of
huge-
these
Give them a
games.
decade or two.
That's a huge concern right now. And a few months ago, I saw an article for the movie industry. It's a huge concern. I think it was George Lucas and Steven Spielberg were at some sort of a conference, and basically were saying the movie industry as we know it, where you go to a movie for what is it now, like $15 to go see a movie?
Yeah, it depends on where you are.
But
$20 for me.
But
20?
they're saying in a few years, due to somewhat from pirating, somewhat from just the extreme budgets that these studios take, for instance, like Avengers, that what you'll do for movies is what you do for a game, in that you'll go see, Batman 2025 whenever that comes out. It'll cost you $60 to go to the movie, and you'll have to get just like a sporting event, basically. It'll be that kind of pricing. And there will be very few movies that actually come out. Like, that's what they think, is like the amount of movies made are going to be so small in a few years that it's going to be driven out by things like the smaller movies won't come out in theaters. They'll just go to Netflix in a few years. That's what they're predicting is going to happen. So if you have a small budget movie, say $20 million, it's going straight to Netflix. It's not going to the theater ever. So in the theater, it's just going to be these massive blockbusters. Like, that's all it's going to be. And you can kind of see that. I mean, AAAs are putting out less and less video games, really, in the grand scheme of it, unless it's Call of Duty, which, I mean, the yearly franchise.
That bubble's going to pop.
But GTA, for instance, GTA 6 is not going to come out till, 2017.
Yeah.
Or even later than that. So they're just not making as many games. Unless you're indie and you're small and you can do it that way. But they're, you're just going to start seeing seeing all this stuff go kind of like sports pricing. That would be horrible, dude. I would never go see a movie for $60.
I don't even see a movie
either.
now because it costs me for 2 tickets, and if I get a drink or something, it's like close to $30 for a movie. That's just obnoxious to me. I'll just wait.
It is.
I always make sure there's a female in my group to smuggle things in her purse.
Yeah.
If I don't have a chick with me, I'm not gonna. It doesn't matter if I'm dating her or whatever. No.
You just hire.
Obviously,
a
I'm
woman
not.
outside.
It could be a friend's girlfriend or something. I don't care who it is. I'm not there trying to mac on ladies. I want them to smuggle things for me. They're my mules. I respect women because they are my
if you don't go on like matinees and stuff, then you're just wasting a lot of money going to a movie. But it's like it's a once in a while thing.
I just want to throw out. I went back to Minnesota for a wedding back before PAX, and I went to a movie at 10 o'clock at night on like a Wednesday, and it was $5.50. It was amazing.
Jesus.
Yeah,
it was incredible. I was like, this is the best thing ever.
Jeez. So
that is all.
Well, let's hope we continue to see lots of games made. But hey, you never know. I don't think the crash is gonna happen though. But we're gonna take.
You just don't need to spend that much money to make a good game. You don't.
You don't. You really don't. We're gonna take a 2-minute commercial break, guys, and then we'll be back with the Twitter questions. There we go.
I was about to look up ticket prices where I live.
He thinks he's a parrot. No, what are you doing?
It's like $11 where I'm at, I think, something like that, in the city.
I think the thing that. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I think the thing that annoys me about game development being so expensive is it's all that money goes into pretty much making the game look good, and that's not something that it needs to be in order to be good.
Yeah.
It's like going back to Final Fantasy. They spend so much time making these games that are pretty subpar because they look really, really nice, but they don't have to look really, really nice. Final Fantasy VII is still the best Final Fantasy of all time, and it looked like shit.
Well,
that's false.
I will say 14 is maybe the best looking game ever. So
it looks incredible. I'm not saying that a good looking game isn't nice. I'm just saying that a game doesn't have to look nice in order to be good.
Yeah.
That being said, I do think Final Fantasy. I do think Final Fantasy
is a series. Terrible.
Okay. Well, we already knew what you were gonna say, so I'm glad.
Thanks. Tell me more, you little weeaboo little bitch.
God damn it.
Go watch some Naruto or something.
I will actually.
I'm watching on my
Wear
other
your fucking headband in 8th grade.
You know Naruto summons frogs?
He does actually.
Oh,
Toads,
stop.
to be clear.
It's actually. Fuck you.
You're gonna get the
If you're
Naruto
gonna
game
specify
on
between
Steam.
toads and frogs, we're in a fight.
What, dude?
We're
Just
fighting.
trying to get the lore right.
We're fighting dreamers.
When I go to bed, I put my Naruto headband on my anime body pillow.
Don't.
I wrap it around it.
Stop. Making me angry.
Wow.
So
Okay,
that
camera
Kawaii
woman.
Chan.
Camera woman. I saw that on Twitter too. People who eat through advertisements are actually retain less influence from the ads. So movie theaters are thinking of removing popcorn and shit because advertisers are complaining. Oh my god.
Why? Because
Wait,
people
what?
eat instead
Through
of watch
advertisements?
ads.
So yeah, because if you get food, you're more likely to just sit there and eat the food and talk to whoever you're with and pay attention to the ad that's on before the movie. So they're thinking of getting rid of like popcorn,
Wow.
just so
yeah,
you'll
because
pay.
because I don't want to see your trailer for the Starving Games.
Yeah.
Wow,
Come on, man. That's
This
a
is
great movie, man.
totally tailored towards me.
Wait, the Starving Games?
Oh,
Yes, it's made by-
that's the next parody film from the guys that brought you the first Scary Movie.
I'm gonna kill myself now.
I forget what their names are.
There's also a Fast and Furious one that they're making too.
Oh my
Wasn't
god.
wasn't the first Scary Movie like a Wayans Brothers thing?
No.
The Wayans brothers were in it.
They're in it.
They were in it.
Oh,
But they weren't. They
were in the
it's,
second one as well.
It's a brother group that is
Ow.
the.
Fuck.
Are they Friedman? Is that their name? It's
I
something.
don't know.
I forget.
If it's not the Wayans Brothers, I have no idea.
I'm gonna look it up.
That's all I know in film. I only know quality films such as the Wayans Brothers. That's all that
man.
meets my standard
I'm
of
gonna tell
quality
you,
in
when White
cinema.
Girls came out, I was pretty entertained by White Girls. I can't even lie about it.
Jesus.
And they've had some good movies.
Jesus.
I don't give a
They
shit.
made fucking what was that called? Don't Be a Menace, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
That
the
was
Wayans Brothers. Don't Be a
A
Menace is
stupidly
pretty.
awesome movie.
Don't Be a Menace is pretty sweet, actually.
It's a pretty funny movie. It holds up. I watched it recently.
All right, Twitter.
It was awful.
This
I
first
love it.
one. This first one
Twitter.
digs deep, bros. At that creepy
It does.
guy asks, the object to your left is what you masturbate with. Your desktop background is what you jack it to. How screwed are you?
I'm not screwed at all.
I made out like a fiend. Are you kidding me? I get to jack off with my 3DS with Pokemon in it, running Pokemon, and my background is the demo man from TF2 smoking his giant spliff with the do-rag and sunglasses on. I will link it.
I've got a
Kinda.
chapstick. I've got a chapstick to my left, so I can lube up with the chapstick, and my background is Faith from Mirror's Edge. So see ya. I'm done.
Wow, you are actually.
I've actually
in really
already
good
jerked
shape.
off with. I've actually already jerked off with the chapstick. So.
You are actually in super good shape.
I'm in bad shape.
I would. So next to me, I've got Allison's pair of headphones. So I think I would drop some sick bass from your boy Squirrels and masturbate.
You put one of each of your balls in each ear cup.
And then my screen desktop background is actually a Left 4 Dead 2 safe room door. So it's
man.
really nothing.
Some
It's
inspirational
like I'm just,
stuff right
I've
there.
locked the door and I'm in a room by myself jerking off during the apocalypse.
You've won in a way.
Perfect.
I am in trouble. I have a can of cleaning stuff,
There you go.
and that's
You're
gonna
already in good shape.
I
Okay.
bet chemicals are good on your dick.
that's gonna burn. And then my background, although inspirational for other reasons, is just a very nice like pier scene. Very nice photo of like a sunset, and so I mean, if that's what you're into,
Spray the chemicals on your dick and get off to a sunset, you little bitch.
done.
Yeah.
Why don't you
So,
convert
man.
some of those chemicals into some crocodile? And then
Should.
Could make some crocodile.
get hooked
Speaking
up
of
some
which, crocodile, you listeners in the UK, I apologize. Crocodile has reached your shores, bros. It's come to the UK. It's
Uh-oh.
not just in America. Oh no. Oh no. It's gonna kill us. This is gonna be the cause of the zombie apocalypse. Crocodile, if anything is.
Yeah. I
You
only
just
have a
take all me
USB.
skin, mate.
Mate, that was
you
me
having a
skin,
laugh?
mate.
Are you having a laugh with me forearm?
You
Any
having a
crocodile
giggle?
from the trolley, dear?
Fuck.
Jesus.
Oh no.
Up next is Mimi with a very simple question. Shout outs to Mimi. How many eggs can you fit in your bum?
Can
Whole
they
carton.
break?
Yeah, obviously.
Whole carton without breaking them.
And like
Chezz on
Yeah.
that anal talent.
on a good day, I'm thinking like half a dozen if they can't break, but it's near limitless if they can.
It's near limitless.
I don't know if I'd say it's near limitless, but you could probably fit a lot.
I feel
only
like
have so
you
many
have-
feet of
It's
intestine.
a lot. It's a lot. I could basically mash all that shit up beforehand and just give myself an eggshell enema.
A fucking somebody
I
can
can
get,
fit-
man.
It might
can
kill
fit-
me, but I could fit it.
One ostrich egg without breaking it.
Wow.
That's an impressive amount of looseness.
Nick, a star of r/gape from way back in the day,
I'm
apparently.
actually the top post, so
I was trying to think of something that has a larger egg than an ostrich egg, but I don't know.
I mean you'd have to go to like a dinosaur or something.
Yeah, prehistoric. I'm doing time travel to put eggs up my ass.
The big egg, man.
Largest egg ever.
Komodo dragon egg or something. That might be big. I don't
Largest
know.
egg, up $45,000 at auction. It belongs to the elephant bird. It's 12 inches by 8 inches. Good luck.
So,
I
so
could
you can
take
fit
it.
a baker's dozen of those.
I could
Right.
take it.
Baker's dozen.
That's a big ass egg. It's like shoving a baby up your anus. It's essentially what you're doing.
Butt
Um,
Good lord.
But baby.
a frothy butt baby.
The old butt baby ruse. Oh man.
The old Santorum.
So yeah, I'm gonna go. Maybe one. I have a very tight noose. I keep my
I don't
noose.
think I
keep my
realistically I
noose
could
on
fit any
lockdown.
egg in my butt without breaking it. I don't think that's possible for me.
Yeah.
I'd get nervous and it just wouldn't happen.
That was part of a conversation of me, myself, and Irene. They were betting each other if they could get an egg up a police officer's ass without breaking it. His sons, his three awesome ghetto black sons.
God
If
damn.
anybody's ever seen that movie, really great movie. I love that movie.
All right. At the St. Jimmy asks, and Chezz, a frequenter of the gym, may be able to best answer this. A guy at my gym gave me a steroid, and now there's less tingle in my dingle. What do I do?
You just chop that shit off. You don't need it anymore. You're gonna be swole as hell. What do you need a dick for?
Yeah.
That's
You
a
don't need
good
to
point.
have any feeling in it. I mean, the piss
Yeah.
will just dribble out. You'll lose
And
all
if you
control
cut it
of your
off,
bodily
then
functions.
You cut it
Sounds
off
like-
and then you drop your weight and then your body fat index it's gonna drop
Yeah,
because of that. So I mean like
Your
it's
dick is
all-
basically just pure fat.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Trim the fat.
I'm actually a doctor, so
So that's, yeah.
It's just pure. It's nothing. It doesn't
those
do
doctors
anything.
will tell you that when you get an erection it fills with blood, but no, it's actually just lard.
Yep.
Jesus.
Like- If you were to stick a syringe in there, you could pull out pure Crisco. You could bake with that shit.
Yeah.
Chris-
I probably wouldn't recommend that, but
You might,
could.
yeah, you might lose your penis, but you could.
That dickhealth.org site, man, gets a lot of use in this chat for some reason.
It does.
A lot of our viewers have dick issues. I'm going to throw this question in. It's not even in the document, but I just want to get your guys' opinion. From Side G, why does the midget splooge at midnight?
No.
That's
No?
pretty random, XD.
That
Can
sounds like a Reddit reference and
Is
I
it a
don't like
Reddit
that-
reference? Okay. Then I
It sounds like a Hot
apologize.
Topic T-shirt of white text on black T-shirt.
Nice. You can't talk about white on black, you fucking racist.
Damn it.
Got
Hot
a black
Topic
all
descends
black
race,
Maybach,
thanks.
but I ain't racist.
Wow, this question just got shit on. So hard. So hard. I also have a question asking if we can ban Enfen. I also have a question asking, it's a kill fuck marry between
No,
Mer-
I already don't like it.
Merc,
hate those.
Narc, and Jarden. And we're
No.
just going to skip that. Whoever asked that, I should probably block you. on
You should be
Twitter.
ashamed of yourself.
Questions are fucking terrible.
You're the worst ever.
I told you it was a
so-
notably terrible crop of questions to choose from today.
Yeah,
it's
it's-
mid 2012, guys. Ha ha yeah yeah.
Horse-sized duck. Duck-sized horses.
Almost every week we get that. Almost
Bliss
every
past the
week.
Prezzo Bam.
Shoutouts to Obam. Obam
shout
himself.
out.
Oh
So,
boom,
man.
boom, 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 boom. I got that super prez.
Ooh, that's a good That's a good one from SL Fan. It's a good question.
This is a good one.
From at SL Fan 68, if you could remake your favorite game, what would you change about it? Graphics is not a valid answer.
Halo 3
I think-
think it hit scan.
All right.
Is Halo 3 not hit scan? That sucks.
No, it's projectile.
I didn't know that.
You have to
Wow.
look at nuts.
Yeah. Well, I would assume that graphics are a given, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to
I have
remake a
to.
game, you're not going to make it look
Well, that's-
shitty or the same.
Right.
Yeah. Well, everybody knows my favorite game of all time is Final Fantasy VII, and if you were able to make the graphics better and update the sound effects, because the sound effects, some of them are like nails on a chalkboard, but with those things already given, the game is still like almost perfect. I think the main thing I would change is that I would either spend more time developing the relationship between Cloud and Aerith and make it a bit more mandatory rather than going for Tifa, so that his reaction when she dies actually makes sense. Or I would tone down his reaction when she dies. Also, I would fix the translation because there are a couple spots where it's kind of spot.
I don't know.
So, this guy are sick is actually a line.
That's probably my favorite game of all time as well. I would probably, if I could add one thing, I would add really terrible Square Enix voice acting to it.
Please, yes,
like the
please.
whole game would be voice acted.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
It would be awful.
I like Allie's input. I would put Gucci Mane in Borderlands too.
Just straight up. Just put Gucci Mane in Borderlands.
I feel like if a rapper belonged in Borderlands 2, it'd probably be Gucci Mane.
As a quest giver, yes.
Like all like
you don't think Little Tunechi
and,
would
like,
make the cut? You don't think Little Tunechi would make the cut?
It'd be hard to get some good dreadlocks looking in that Borderlands.
God, I would love some shell-shaded dreadlocks from Lil Wayne. That would be great.
You have to enable PhysX for that.
I think there might actually be an NPC in Borderlands that has a tattoo on his face of ice cream.
Wow.
He might fit right in.
That's good.
I'm gonna.
Sounds right.
WoW is another one of my favorite games. I'm trying to think of what I would change about
It's hard, yeah, because I was thinking of that, because that's usually the game that I say has been my favorite of my life, but it's hard to say something like WoW because it's
been
an all-changing thing.
Yeah.
It's like Final Fantasy VII. That's a static game. It hasn't changed, since it was made. So it's easy to pick out something that is wrong that you can change. But in WoW, it's like everything. It's like you can't go back to day one WoW and say, "Oh, I wish that was changed," because it probably was.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! The question is your favorite game,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
like
yeah.
one of your favorite games.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, then I'd have to change something to Pokemon Snap. I'd change it so that you could sit at the part with the Charmanders on the fire level as much as you want and just watch them eat apples.
I want to remake Pokemon Snap
without moving forward.
I want to remake Pokemon Snap and link it to my Twitter account or Instagram or Facebook or something.
Tell me that part about Pokemon
Tweet
Snap
this.
isn't like the most adorable part. Like it's all you can get like 5 Charmanders to come over the ledge and like they just eat apples and it's adorable.
God damn it. What about
it's
you?
hard for me to have an answer because I don't really have.
Let me
a
ask you a
favorite
question,
game.
Mark.
Yeah, what's up?
What would you change about Saw, the video game?
Oh, God.
If you given the
Dude.
chance, what would you say about? What would you change about Saw?
Perfection.
It's like Saw as an idea works, but like that whole game needs to be scrapped. There's nothing about that game that you would change that would make it better because every single part of that game is terrible.
Right, like if you changed it to make it good, it wouldn't be Saw anymore.
It would
Wouldn't
be
even
a
be that
completely different game. It wouldn't be a remake.
I might go watch that playthrough again.
It's like when I saw is it The Evil Within that was just recently had its trailer? It's like if Saw had something like that where it's some maniacal fuck like building a death trap for you, like that game looked like it was good for that. But Saw, it has no tension to it. It's not scary. Jigsaw is fucking annoying. He's not scary at all. He doesn't make you feel intimidated. He's just some old asshole in a robe. Like it just doesn't work out well at all. That is probably the worst franchise I have ever seen.
Good suggestion,
Mark, with that.
Good suggestion from the chat. More shotgun doors. I agree. That would be a good change.
More ducking your head at a shotgun door. Just ducking your head. That's all he does.
Yep.
A weapon with spread. He just does. It makes
Chezz,
sense.
what's your favorite game of all time?
Let's just say CS 1.5. Just put it now. Let me still play it. That's it. That's the only thing. I don't want anything remade on it. I don't even care if the graphics are that bad. I just want to play the old Counter-Strike.
I bet Russians play it still.
1.5 before Steam was even around. It was the best in-game server browser, and it was better than 1.6. And yep, I just want to play that again, and I can't. It's dead forever. So
Rippy dippy.
fuck me. I'm gonna go kill myself.
Rip.
Well, your question
Shooter.
literally killed Chezz.
Rip Shooter.
Perhaps indirectly, but still.
Yep, I'm dead.
All right, that was a good
Rip
question.
face.
That was a solid question. Cottonball69 asks, what advice would you give your 18-year-old self knowing what you know now?
Oh, wow.
Don't go to college.
Can I go with that? Yeah,
Yeah, I would actually also say that, oddly enough.
Spend my money that I made working for my father on PC stuff rather than spending it going out and going to places that didn't matter at all. Just spending it in places that meant nothing when I could have put it towards a PC that would have helped with my YouTube game that happened like a year later. I really wish I had more money to invest in what I started with on YouTube, which is completely terrible.
Let's see. I would I would say just continue using steroids. Maybe do them, a few years earlier.
Maybe do more.
Yeah, maybe do
more
more.
steroids. Up your dosage.
Just even more steroids.
Get huge.
More steroids. Yeah.
That's a good
As
one.
you get older, you use your penis less and less. It won't matter in 3 years.
I
It'll
like-
shriveled.
I like Nikon
piece of
Punch's
beef jerky.
suggestion, invest in machinima.
Yeah. Just go through the roof at this point.
And then visit your past self again, so like your 23-year-old self, and be like, "Rused, bitch! You fell for my wacky ruse."
That's another good one. Don't buy Modern Warfare 3. Man, if I could have $60
Whoa.
back right now.
I would spend it on Froyo and
Yeah, it's
Rocket
amazing
Salt.
that Modern Warfare 3 is the only Call of Duty game that I have dropped and never picked up again.
Yep.
It was that bad.
I never
It was truly
reinstalled it
awful.
after the initial uninstall. I just never reinstalled it.
I played a decent amount of it just trying to get it to click, and it
Well, let me
never did.
clarify. Let me clarify, actually. After it stopped reinstalling itself, which happened several
I
times,
remember when
that
that
happened
happened.
to more people than just me.
Yeah,
Like,
that happened to me.
all of a sudden, it would be like, "What?
It's
Wait,
like, no, you
Modern
don't have
Warfare
to play
3
this."
is in my shit again. What is, what is happening?" I get it, Infinity Ward. All right, just quit.
I don't want to play your game. Yes, you do. It's Call of Duty.
Spend $60 on it again, Dan. Do it.
You didn't realize it actually billed your credit card every time it reinstalled itself.
Oh
You
man,
bought 5 copies of Modern Warfare 3. You're their #1 investor.
let me see here. This last question, this is a first. My own balls have tweeted at us. At Dan's Dead Balls, why do you neglect me? Spelled Niglect. Apparently my balls did not go to school. We use be best at the puss smash.
You guys were a hell of a combo,
You are a good team.
wreaking havoc on the local poon.
We use be best at puss smash, yes? You make puss smash
Oh.
with me. I don't
Why'd you
neglect
put
you
'em down,
guys.
man?
I don't neglect you guys. You're just disconnected, all right? And
Yeah,
only-
they're not
Disconnected.
It's not like his balls are gone.
Yeah, come on,
But they are
dudes.
dead.
The USB plug is still there. It's just not
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
port.
it's not in
All
the
right?
port, permanently. It's not in the port. So yeah, on that note, episode 113 of
Nice.
the
You
KBMOD
took away
podcast.
my ability to host.
All right, go
I
ahead,
was
close it
thoroughly
out. Close it
disappointed
out,
here
Finn.
No, I don't want it anymore.
Close it out, Finn.
I wouldn't want to if I were you either, because frankly, I was not impressed. I hate to say it.
Whoa.
Jeez, it's got
That's right.
dark.
Told you.
The darkest of cats.
I'm real.
But
Don't give a
yeah.
Put that hair away.
Stay tuned to KBMOD.com for extra life news, including the computer contest, because we will be posting on that soon, as well as the final game schedule and all that kind of stuff, and donation goals. Several videos up on YouTube this week as well, so go subscribe there. And yeah, that was episode 113. Thank our not even a guest anymore, Mark.
Nope,
AllshamNowow.
not a guest.
Just a member
Basically
of
just-
KBMOD.
I am KBMOD.
Permanent guest.
And Cheddar Chezz, steroid rage and all, here with us.
Don't forget, guys. Last tip: just cut that dick off. It's not helping your body mass index. Don't
Doesn't
forget
even
that.
matter.
I think someone should check up on Scoot. He never made it home, I don't think. What
Yep.
happened to Scoot?
Yeah, he didn't make it home ever. Everyone go tweet at ABL Fisher and be like, "Why you no make it home, Scoot?" And let him know.
He is awful.
He's a great guy.
Is awful things. Also, changes coming to the KBMOD.com page soon.
Whoa.
Sean and I talked
Look out.
about some stuff changes. So keep tuned on that too. Little tuner.
Little tuner.
And we will see you next week. All normal streams this week, each night. So yeah.
Yeah, see you losers.
Yeah, later guys. Later.
See ya.